Welcome to You Can Plumbing. I'm Mark the Plumber, and today we're going to take a look at a toilet that runs non-stop. We'll go through a step-by-step how to repair this problem. This is our problem toilet here. As you can see, just a regular household toilet. Not sure if you can hear, but now let's figure out what the problem is. So, first thing we have to do is we have to open up the lid on the toilet. Get that top off. Make sure you're gentle with it. Last thing you want to do is break it. Now let's take a look in here. You can hear a little bit of water running. So let's take a look. We'll lift this up. Water ran down there. Oh, you can see there's little pieces of the gasket, it looks like, sticking to the bottom piece. So we need a new gasket. Let's not replace the whole thing. That'll cost a fortune. So now the next step is we have to find out the toilet brand and the model number. That way we can order the proper parts. The name of the toilet, the brand, is usually right above the toilet seat. Here we go. It's a Kohler 1.6 gallon, 6 liter per flush or less toilet. So that's the brand of the toilet. And now we have to find out the model number. So usually that's inside the tank. In a Kohler, it's stamped on the tank. There's our K4436. That's the model number. You would think it was on this sticker with the UPC code and everything, but it's not. So now we'll order our replacement gaskets. So we'll have to go over to our computer. We'll just type in what it is that we have here, or our Kohler, and then we'll put in for replacement parts. There we go. Don't worry about my spelling. Autocorrect is there for a reason. So now you take a look. We could replace the entire flush canister, but that's pretty expensive. Then we have to pull the whole toilet apart, which I don't think we want to do that right now. I'm pretty sure it's just a gasket. This will only take a short period of time to fix. Now let's go down to our gasket options down here a little further. Let's see what they have. Now we could go with a 3-pack of gaskets, a 2-pack, an 8-pack. I don't know why you'd need 8 of them unless you have a whole bunch of toilets that are going wrong. Let's see here. I don't think I need 3 either. There's a 2-pack here, so I think the 2-pack is what I'll order. That way I'll have one on hand to not find later on when I need it. There, it's only $9.99, free shipping. Sounds good to go. I'm just going to order that one up. There we go. We'll just order that. Now we have to remove the flush valve canister. Now that seems ominous, seems more difficult than it is. Now you'll see the water's running around here. We definitely don't need the water running right now. So is what we're going to have to do is we'll have to shut the water off. Just lean down here. Now remember, righty-tighty. So we got to turn to the right to shut the water off as usual. Man, this old valve is stiff as can be. Might have to do another video where we change this valve out, maybe. But it's working, so I don't like to change stuff if it's working. There we go, we got the water off. Drain out the rest of the water that's sitting in here. There we go. See, that gasket piece is just stuck there. That's too bad. So we'll take this little filler valve off. Make sure you have the water off when you take that off. You don't want to get sprayed. There we go. We just take it off. Now remember, it's just going to slide right back on when we're done. Right? We always want to try and remember what we're doing. So pop that off. We'll just tuck it off to the side here somewhere. Not over there. It'll flick me. We'll just tuck it down here. There we go. Now you try and lift the canister up. But you can't because it's all one piece there. So we'll have to take that main shaft out. See, right there, that shaft, we got to take it out. So I'm going to try and give you a good view of this. Instead, it looks like we're watching the Blair Witch Project. Alright, well, I'm going to try and reach down here with the camera down here to show you. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to pull back up here. Now remember, righty-tighty, so let's turn it to the left. There we go. It clicks and pops out, no problem. So, You'll see it's all loose there. There we go. Oh, but we're still connected to the flush handle. So we'll just have to pop that off. Now, trying to do this one-handed is not nearly as easy as you might think it is. I'm going to try and get it. Oh, this is frustrating. Got it? Got it? No, of course not. Okay, I'm going to have to use two hands here. Now we've got it all out. Now we're going to go to step 5. We're going to remove the flush canister. There we go. We got it removed. See that piece? It's got that little end there. It just sticks in the hole at the bottom. That's what we twisted to the left, lefty-loosey, and popped it out. So that will go back in there at the end, and then we'll turn it to the right. You can see all that guck still just sticking to there. That's what was causing the problem. Yeah, take a good look at that gasket. That gasket is definitely worn. It looks like it started to deteriorate quite a bit. I guess over time, 10 years in the water, it started to rot a little bit. You can see there's little pieces missing from it, so we'll just remove that. First, let's clean up the seat here where it sits into it. I just got an SOS pad or a Mr. Clean pad. And we'll just scrub off all those pieces. But make sure you do a good job. You want to get all those little pieces, because if you don't, that will cause a break in the seal when it closes. And then you won't get a good seal, and you'll have the same problem happening even though you went through all this work. So take a couple extra seconds, go all the way around, scrub it up, go around with your finger after, feel around, see if you can find some little pieces or some other guck that's stuck to it. There you go. This is the only time you want to work on a toilet, is the top part of a toilet without a pair of gloves on. Otherwise, I would always wear a pair of gloves. Unless you've seen that show, The Superstore. Then you'd understand why you don't wear gloves. There we go. All nice and cleaned up. Last little check. Splash a little water on it to clean all the little bits off. There we go. That part is all clean and ready to go now. We'll just grab this flush canister. We'll pull the old gasket off. There we go. You can see, look, it's leaving little pieces of gasket on there. Still pretty flexible, but you can feel it's pretty gummy. Yeah, look at all those little ridges in it. So we got that removed. Now we're going to have to clean up the flush canister here so we can put the new valve on. We'll get our SOS pad, scrubbing pad. You don't want to get something too abrasive. You just want to be able to get all the guck off. So now we're going to install the new gasket. There we go. We're all cleaned up. I didn't want to show you the whole cleaning process. I don't think you need to see that. We're all cleaned up. Now we have to get our new gasket. Put this down here and grab the gasket. I got it in the package right here. There we go. My 2-pack that I ordered off of Amazon. You always want to make sure you have 2 so you can put one somewhere you'll never find it again 10 years from now when you go to use it, unless you're amazingly organized. So we'll get that gasket out of the package. They're both the same. Hold it up to the other one here. Look, they're relatively the same. I mean, the old one's not going to be the same. I stretched it pulling it off, and it does not have the elasticity to go back to the way it was. Pretty gummy, pretty gucky. There we go. Well, let's slap this one on now. This is when you're going to learn that you have a handful of thumbs, unless you're amazing at stuff. Start pushing this on. Got to make sure you get it into the groove so it slides in there, creates a good seal. Now you got to try and hold it with both hands and slide it at both sides at the same time. Here we go. Got all my thumbs. Full handfuls of thumb. Yeah, you know what? I got that pretty quickly. I thought it was definitely going to take longer than that. Make sure it's all seated in there, you know. Move it around, check with your finger. If you got nails, make sure you got a nice clean seal all the way around. Make sure there's no ridges or bumps, ripples anywhere. There we go, looks pretty good. Yeah. Spin it around. Got that little tab. I imagine that tab was just for help you pull it on. Now, let's just do a little dry fit here. Gotta go get that plugged in. There we go. So there's that point. Now we're going to reinstall the flush canister. So not a big deal. There's that point. Now we're just going to have to put it into that slot down below. Sounds easy, but it's kind of a blind insertion. I can't help but giggle a little bit when I'm talking like that, but all the guys will understand. There we go. We got it in. Now you got to push down a little, and we might be able to get it to fit in and twist closed from the top here, as long as we don't have to use too much force. Well, you know what? There we go. It clicked. I wasn't sure if it would, but it did. If yours won't, then you should reach down below and, like always, righty-tighty. Now I've got to try and reattach that flipping chain, which is always a huge pain in the butt. Sorry about the camera flopping all over the place. But I had to use, had to reposition this camera, because I'm definitely going to need two hands to be able to do this. There we go. Like to fumble around. Here's another situation where having big man hands is definitely not an advantage. Although I have to say, reclipping it is always way easier than undoing these clips. Although I'm not making it look very easy, it is quite easy. Come on. I wish they'd make these little chains and everything just a little bit bigger so that you could do this, but we'll get her. There we go. Now with that done, you'll see it seats nice and easy. There. A couple little practice ups and downs. Now before you turn the water on, you want to make sure you attach this, because the amount of water that goes through there will spray you. Some of them don't have the little clip they attach to the top, but this little clip, now you have to be careful where you attach the clip, because it'll put a lot of force, because that little hose that it comes with is a little bit rigid. So we just got to find the point where it'll sit nice and balanced and not put any force on the flush canister. Very important to remember that. You don't want to have a problem where that hose is causing the canister not to sit flush. Now there we go. I think I found it. There's our up and down. It'll kind of set itself to where it wants to go also. So I think we're pretty good here. Everything looks good. Now, let's turn the water on and check for leaks. So, we'll just crank the water on. Now remember, right tight, lefty loosey. I'm sure you don't need to see me turn it on. Now it's filling up. We'll get it to fill all the way back up to full. There we go. Nice and full. The water shuts off. Now we don't hear any water running. Well, that's a win in itself. Look around a little, yep. No water running. Let's lift up the bowl, take a look inside. Yeah, can't see any ripples in the water, so the water has stopped running. Excellent. Take a look back up top. Everything's good, nothing's out of place. We'll give it a flush, drop down, seats nice and easy again. Perfect, exactly what we want. You'll see all the way around, sit nice and even and level. Let it fill all the way back up to the top again. There we go. Listen, don't hear any water running. Everything looks nice and level. There we go. We got her beat. See, it's sitting nice and flush. Nothing wrong with that. So, thank you very much for watching this video. It's been another You Can Plumbing fix. I'm Mark the Plumber. I appreciate you watching this. Now, if you're not sure if you fixed it and you feel like there's still water running, there is a little pro tip that I can give you here. Now, is all you have to do is you take some of your toilet bowl cleaner and you just wring it all the way around so you have it all in the blue. And now you take a look around your toilet and you'll see there's no streaks anywhere. that means no water is flowing through. So you got it beat. I mean, you might have a couple little spots where there's a little trickle, but that's just residual water that was already in there. There's nothing flowing. So we got it beat. Thanks again for watching You Can Plumbing.